A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal by William Wordsworth. Structure, Summary, Analysis. Hello and welcome to the discourse. A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal is one of the Lucy poems written by William Wordsworth that was published in his and Samuel Taylor Coleridge's poetic collection Lyrical Ballads in 1798. The primary focus of the poem is on the death of a young woman named Lucy, though she remains unnamed in this poem. Many scholars and literary historians have offered theories about who Lucy was, but her true identity remains a mystery. It is the shortest of the Lucy poems, comprising just 2 stanzas, quatrains, or 8 lines. Despite being a short poem, the lyrical quatrains contain a lot of meaning in them. The speaker is initially unaware of loss and death, but soon he learns the harsh lesson when the woman dies. William Wordsworth's poem, A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal, serves as a poignant exploration of grief, loss, and the nature of existence. The poem resonates with the readers on multiple levels through its concise structure, evocative language, and thematic depth. Written during the Romantic period, the poem reflects romantic ideals such as an emphasis on emotion, nature, and the individual's experience. Wordsworth's work often highlights the relationship between humanity and the natural world, as well as introspective themes related to human emotion. Samuel Taylor Coleridge described the poem as a sublime epitaph. This endorsement from a fellow romantic poet highlights the poem's impact and significance within the literary community. The poem serves as a reminder of the delusional slumber in which many people live, often ignoring the inevitability of death. Structure of A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal. The poem consists of 2 quatrains or 4 line stanzas. The rhyming scheme is AB AB for both stanzas. This means that the first and third lines rhyme, as well as the second and fourth lines. The poem follows a common meter, also known as the ballad meter. It alternates between lines of 8 syllables and lines of 6 syllables, and it always follows iambic stress pattern in which each unstressed syllable is followed by one stressed syllable. The language is simple yet evocative, utilizing natural imagery, symbols, and sensory details to convey emotions. The structure complements the themes of death, loss, and eternal peace, creating a reflective and somber tone. Wordsworth used personification, imagery, metaphor, contrast, alliteration, and symbolism in the poem. Themes of A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal. The central theme of the poem revolves around grief and mortality and the emotional impact it has on the speaker. The poem reflects the speaker's feelings about the death of a loved one, emphasizing a sense of numbness and detachment. The line, A slumber did my spirit seal, suggests a state of emotional paralysis, indicating that the speaker's spirit is sealed away from the pain of reality. The poem explores the nature of existence, the transience of life, and the inevitability of death. It raises questions about what it means to truly live and feel, especially in the face of loss. The phrase, she seemed a thing that could not feel, highlights the contrast between life and death, suggesting that once someone has passed, their essence becomes distant and unreachable. Summary of A Slumber Did My Spirit Seal. Stanza 1, lines 1 to 4. A slumber did my spirit seal. I had no human fears. She seemed a thing that could not feel the touch of earthly ears. The speaker begins by describing a state that he has been living in for an extended period of time. He declares that a slumber has kept him from realizing reality. In essence, he has been in a dreamlike state, devoid of any common fears, human fears. To the speaker, she, his unnamed female love, seemed like she would never age. Her beauty and his love for her are permanent. The speaker is innocently unaware that age can touch the woman, but he is quickly taught a harsh lesson when she dies. It may also be the case that the woman may not be real at all, but a magical figure the speaker seems to have built up in his mind into a goddess untouched by age and mortality. This desire to keep her perpetually young is a testament to the speaker's feelings for the young woman. Stanza 2, lines 5 to 8. No motion has she now, no force, she neither hears nor sees, rolled round in earth's diurnal course, with rocks and stones and trees. The second stanza of the poem speaks the speaker's realization of his illusion's break. His love now has no motion, or is forced to move through the world. Additionally, time and death have taken her sight and hearing from her. Aging has done to her what it does to every other living thing, and she has become a true part of the earth. Just as the rocks and stones and trees change with time, so now the speaker sees does Lucy. Wordsworth offers an eerie description of the woman's current situation. She is blind and deaf, wholly incapable of taking in the whole around her. In the last two lines, the speaker describes the young woman trapped beneath the surface of the earth. In fact, she has become a part of the earth, rolling with it as it turns day to day. Wordsworth employed powerful imagery and symbols to convey the emotional weight of the subject matter. The speaker's slumber is a symbol of the willful ignorance in which people often lead their lives. Day to day, the speaker suggests most people don't really consider the reality of death, preferring instead to remain dreamily unconscious, sealed away from the fact that everyone will eventually die. Inevitably, though, the grief of losing a loved one comes to wake up everyone who slumbers, forcing them to finally confront mortality. The touch of earthly years symbolizes the passage of time and the experiences that shape human life. This phrase evokes a sense of nostalgia, reminding readers of the fleeting nature of existence. The rocks and stones and trees mentioned in the poem's final line symbolize the stillness of death. In death, the speaker's beloved has now become as still and passive as these objects. She cannot move, hear, or see any more than a stone can. Her soul is gone, and her body is just a thing among things. But this image also provides a little hint of consolation. In becoming like rocks and stones and trees, the dead beloved also becomes a part of nature. So this is it for today. We will continue to discuss the history of English literature. Please stay connected with the discourse. Thanks and regards.